then we'll take questions for Iowa and
7-point game that felt like a 25-point game. And give Mizzou a lot of credit. Very personal for them. And if you would have told me before the game that Mark wouldn't score, and I wasn't, we weren't, well, I mean, Jeremiah averages 9 a game, so we weren't overly concerned with him, but that he'd have 4, you've got to think just with Mark's piece that you've got to like your chances. We talked about extensively in practice Javon Pickett. We've got a young man sitting out who does a great job of emulating him, and he wore us out for 2 days in practice, just doing Javon Pickett stuff. Over the last 5 games, Pickett's numbers are way up, his points are up, and he was tremendous. He was a difference in the game. In the second half, we had 5 or 6 stops, and they had 5 or 6 offensive rebounds. And it looked like every time I turned around, it was Pickett. And give Drew Smith a lot of credit. Did a nice job of running the show and keeping them in it. And he was effective, not only scoring the ball, but spraying it a little bit. And then on the offensive glass, we talked about he has 3 offensive rebounds from the point guard spot. So, the game was the fight on the glass, and Kofi has 2 rebounds, and our leading rebounder was Allen. So they took the fight to us. Give them all the credit, and it was their day.
questions for Iowa. Giorgi.
For both of you guys, what leads to long offensive droughts where you struggle to score like that?
I just feel like we get stagnant with the ball. We move the ball around, our cuts aren't as fast as they normally are. And the ball just gets to sticking, and when the ball gets to sticking, it's easy for the defense to, lock in defensively and lock in on the offense. So we just pretty much got to just move the ball and not let the ball stick.
Basically what he said, we talked about it in timeouts and stuff like that, that ball sticks, you got to move the ball faster to make the defense work. It's basically the same thing.
Giorgi, what's the level of disappointment that it just seemed like they challenged you physically? But, it seemed like they really bothered you guys with that.
What is the exact question?
What's the level of disappointment when somebody challenges you physically in a ball game like that? It just seemed like that kind of bothered you guys to that.
Physically, it's just, I don't really understand the question, to be honest.
Did their physicality, bother you guys today? How physical they were on defense, how physical they were in the class?
They're a great defensive team, one of the best defensive teams, top 30 in the country. Obviously, they're a great defensive team. They really challenged us. Obviously, we try to do what we do, and they came up top today.
What have you learned about your guys, your team, through 12 games so far?
I learned that we have to always have that mentality where we're ferocious on defense. We shouldn't have to wait to coach to get hype or yell at us when we play defense. We should have that mutual respect where we should come out and do it each and every night. I feel like when we are locked in defensively and offensively, what I mean by that, I mean by moving the ball. I feel like we're the best team in the country, but it's times where we let our offensive droughts tend to our defense. And that can happen. We have to be ferocious on defense, no matter how it is on offense. And I feel like we do it sometimes, and other times we don't. So me being a leader, George being a leader, we try to emphasize that more in the team. To every game, 40 minutes, nameless, faceless.
Giorgi, there were quite a few turnovers in that game. What specifically did they do to kind of force them those errant passes and cause those turnovers?
That was horrible. It was just, I just made bad reads. I was just horrible. I let my team down, but what can I do now just to work harder and get better? Personally, I just think I just let them down, the whole team, but right now, I just got to get better, watch the film, do whatever to get better personally and as a team.
It seemed like you were attacking the basket a little more with the ball in your hand. Was that just something you feel like you needed to do offensively to maybe try and get something going?
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to get to the rim. They was in a bonus early in the first and second half, so I just wanted to, use my moves to get to the rim and try to get fouls, get points while the clock is stopped.
Giorgi, there were so many emotional moments in that game. What was it like being on the court for some of those extreme, more emotional moments in the game?
Yeah, I mean, great game, fans are a huge part of this game and a lot of emotion in this game, but, that shouldn't, affect you. You don't, emotion shouldn't, affect your game in any way. You should have control over the emotion, that's pretty much it.
Giorgi, how much of rebounding is effort? Do you feel like that they were a little more effort getting in than you guys today?
I mean, it's pretty even on the rebounding. I mean, they obviously our rebound is by 4. However, if you look at the stat sheet, it's pretty even. So I feel like it was pretty even.
I don't know, players?
See you guys. Merry Christmas.
Brad, what are you most disappointed in with tonight?
Our fight. We can talk about X's and O's and, it's playing with your hair on fire all the time. Alan Griffin came in and he was sensational. He did that. It's not that, it's an understanding that we're very privileged to be able to play this game. And understandably so. For some of their players, it's very personal. They play that way. We don't. We didn't. And, we talked about, chopping wood, steady, 40 minutes, just do what we do. And I thought even the first half, we were, I love what we did defensively. I thought we were in really, really good shape. For as poor as we had played offensively in terms of shooting the ball, Trent wasn't involved. Again, it's an energy that maybe we lacked, and they had.
Given that Allen was a guy that brought some intensity up, so you got teed up a couple times. Is that a guy you rely on more?
Well, the last one was, I'm okay with. He's got to be able to handle other moments, but yeah, and I'm not saying there's ever anything that's good about the technical foul, but just the intensity with which he played, the effort. I mean, going to the offensive glass and rebounding the basketball. I mean, Allen had 6 rebounds, and it was just effort based, and I get it. There's nights people are going to do a really good job on Kofi. I never thought I'd see a night Kofi had 2 rebounds, but that opens it up for everybody else if they're paying that much attention to him, and that's just effort and playing the way the game's supposed to be played. And I'm really proud of him.
Right. Do you think that lack of fight was kind of out of your guys' system after that Miami game?
Well, I don't think you ever know. I thought that we had a nice stretch, and as I told the team afterwards, it's we've actually done this before, so now we got to do it again. In terms of understanding, and I thought we were better in practice. We weren't great. Finals week at Illinois is a very challenging task. We had guys that were having to leave practice early and so on and so forth, and that's okay. But we didn't have the right combative spirit that you need to have, and I was hoping that was gone.
Seems like what's this game mean for you in terms of long-term goals?
40 minutes in a long season. 40 minutes in a very, very long season with 18 Big Ten games to play. I don't put any more emphasis on one game. This one, North Carolina A&T, is the next one. I don't put any more emphasis on this one than I do the 18 that are coming, or 19 more we have left. And They were better tonight, and I look at it as 40 minutes of a long season.
Coach Martin just said you're an NCAA tournament team.
I appreciate that. He's been around a lot of them.
Yeah.
They were better today. And, they got off to, some struggles early in their season and their last 3 games. I think they lost to Charleston Southern at home, and now they've done what we did. They fought back and played 3 really good ones. And we're in the #1 league in the country. It's not even, right now it's not even close in the net and Ken Palm and everything else you look at. So we're going to have plenty of opportunities, and we've got to do some things better. I'm not very happy with 4 assists and 17 turnovers, but we can correct some of that in practice.
Coach, you mentioned this one was personal for Missouri. How do you balance nameless, faceless versus maybe taking more pride and having to be personal for your guys?
All I want is to play the right way every time we get to put the jersey on. And it doesn't mean anything else to the season at the end because we did this or did that. It's about the end result. It's about being consistent and understanding the process, and that's what we were trying to figure out in Miami. And you guys have seen us. We've been excellent. But to play with that level of consistency is the one thing that we have to do. So I don't put any more stock in one game or another. I just want the process to be the same every day, and for us to play that way. We try to practice that way every day, and to help prevent that.
Coach, Missouri players actually said they do have a little bit of extra motivation in this game. Some kids on the roster from the state of Illinois. Do you think that was a factor coming into the game, that they played a little bit harder?
Well, if they said so, yeah. And I mean, again, it's a whatever Conzo needs to do. He needs to figure out how to make all of the other opponents they play wear Illinois jerseys, because that's a team that played as well as they've played all year. But again, it's a tribute to them. Like I said, I'm a huge Pickett fan. He was off the chart, and if that's his motivation, then so be it.
Brad, was it Grandison, I'm guessing, that was playing Pickett, and what does that kind of player add when you have somebody that does what Pickett does?
Well, I mean, the one thing Pickett does that's elite is move without the ball. He is an elite cutter, and he has scored so many baskets in the last 5 basketball games cutting. Thursday in practice, he got 9. Jacob got 9 against us in practice where we lost him. We moved. We didn't. And that's an area that Jacob gave us a great look, and we knew that one of the advantages one of the things I guess that I will say was an advantage, but one of the things that Missouri can really do is play really small with Mitchell Smith at the 5 and move Pickett to the 4. That's a problem for some teams because he's so big and strong. But yeah, Jake gave us a great look this week.
I mentioned the ball sticking in the half court and that being the problems for the struggle. What needs to change other than that on the offensive side in the half court?
Well, I mean, it coincides with, I mean, offense is a rhythm, and it's an understanding of where you have to go with the ball constantly. And, they hard hedged us, and we took extra dribbles. We didn't get out of our hands. That's when you've got to understand it's a hockey assist. That didn't surprise us. We knew it was coming, and yet we didn't. We had a plan for it and executed it twice. And but it's offense is a rhythm. When the ball moves and player movement happen, you see really positive things. And again, we've got to get the ball out of our hands quicker, and we've got to move it and cut it.
Relatively few moments for Dre in a game that seemed like it would suit his skill set. Was he healthy?
Yeah, he's healthy. Just one of those deals, tough matchup, and he was having a hard time with Drew tonight, but yeah, it's Dre will be fine.
But how much of that fight is adapting to a more physical game, or like it was today, or maybe being able to adapt your physicality at the rim like you have in the past?
You don't think Maryland and Michigan were physical? Or Old Dominion? Or, I mean, I don't think today was any more physical than any of those last 3 games. What Jeremiah have, 1 block? They had 2 blocks, 3 blocks, I guess. And so I didn't think it was any more of the physicality at the rim. I thought that, maybe them hard-hedginess proved to be a little bit of something that bothered us, but the physicality of the game I didn't think was part of it.
Coach, at the end, start to put a little bit of pressure on it. In hindsight, would you start doing that a little bit earlier in the clock?
I think there was 7 minutes left. I mean, you don't want to expose yourself, too early. But I haven't watched the film. I thought, we had some good stops. I think we had 5 or 6 possessions, 7 possessions where we had stops, and it was their offensive rebounds. And it wasn't that I felt bad about our defense. And we rattled them a little bit with the press at the end, and hindsight's always 20/20. It's really easy to say, yeah, you should have done that for 40 minutes, but that's not who we are, and it's why we've been holding teams to 35% the last 5 or 6 halves.
Right, was the hard hedging, was that the root cause of the turnovers, or is there something else that you saw?
I think what Giorgi had 6, nobody hard hedged 10. I think 3 of his were offensive. It's just being ball tough. He dribbled one and they took it from him, we threw a couple cross-court passes. They got very uncharacteristic, and it's just decision making. And they were part of some of it, but not as much the turnovers as just the lack of ball movement.
Coach, outside of Kofi, most of these guys have played together. What would you say is behind the lack of moving the ball and flowing together as an offense?
When I figure it out, I'll let you know.
You talked a little bit after the Miami game about Kofi having just 4 rebounds, and you would work on him struggling when being double-teamed offensively on the offensive glass. Tonight he had just 2 rebounds. What needs to change there?
Allen had 6. Everybody else taking a part of it. When you have a unique piece in Kofi, he occupies people, and it's maybe not him getting the rebound. It's the other guys that he creates the space for, and it's just the effort of going sometimes. But again, part of that is playing in a rhythm offensively, knowing when shots are coming, and it was their night, and we got to be better. Merry Christmas, everybody.